Creators who make a show or a video game can either find success or failure. But when a creator finds success in something, they will obviously gain a following. But as we've seen in the past, to give you an example like Five Nights at Freddy's and Doctor Who, they were perfectly good examples of great successes in the market. But sadly, for some odd reason, they are viewed as something degradable and not something you should really like, because you will be ridiculed for liking that. Now, why is that? Why is something like that, something so successful, good quality content, going to get you probably beat up in a dark alley? And that answer has to be the fandom that follows behind with every success. With this following, there will be people who will be making content alongside with the main following that they're going through, and sometimes you can be really good, and other times it can be really bad. Now, obviously, when you take something that's good and bad, people are going to look at the bad things. So with that being said, people will start looking at the bad things and start making an opinion and assumptions about something that actually really isn't true. So to give you an example, say if you take this really horribly made photo of, say, the Doctor, people will say, well, if that is trash, then the show must be trash. And you can't really make assumptions like that, because you're just going to ruin the experience for you. Now, personally for me, the reason why I don't like Doctor Who is because many of the fans are very toxic. Now, that has ruined the experience for me. So that being said, today we're going to be talking about whether or not Rick and Morty has become one of these franchises that has sadly fallen into a fandom of people who are very toxic, who make very, very horrible parodies and just god-awful, fan art of the show. Recently, Rick and Morty has become, very toxic in this sense, to say at least, because of a lot of things that people have done and people who have made a lot of things. Of course, there are a lot of good contributions, let's not forget about those, but of course, as I stated before, people are most likely going to focus on the bad thing. To give you an example for the reason why I believe Rick and Morty has become one of those shows or franchises that has become, just really toxic, or one of those shows that you'll be ridiculed to watch, is really the main part is the people. The people have made it to the point where it's just really god-awful. Now, the show itself is not that bad. It's actually pretty good. It has really funny jokes, a lot of callbacks, a lot of references. So in general, the show is good quality, so it deserves the fan base that it has. But of course, it has the bad people, and the bad people have created bad content that people have seen, and they decided to say that Rick and Morty is, pretty much trash. It's come to a point where people are actually believing that people who watch Rick and Morty are either autistic or just really stupid. Now, I'm not here to come to the defense of Rick and Morty, because though I watched a couple of episodes, I can't really say whether or not I like the show or not. Just, I don't like the show enough to not watch all of the episodes, but I don't hate the show so much that I would actually go out and tell someone they're stupid for watching that show. Personally, for me, I don't really do that for anything besides the furry fandom, because oh god, those people are just god-awful. I'm sorry, I had to say it, they're just so god-awful. They're so god-awful. I think 3 of the main reasons why the show has become under fire is because of the people who have made musicals, specifically the ones that you've probably seen that you probably never wished it was ever created. And then of course you got the fan art, which is just absolute trash, and the fan theories, and really just the fan fiction that was made for Rick and Morty. I think it's just absolute garbage. To be honest with you, I'm not really surprised by this. It was bound to happen. I mean, Rick and Morty in it itself is pretty sexual, so people like that who are very toxic are obviously going to see an opportunity to ruin the show even more and try to make stuff that will probably make you gag or make you want to kill yourself. I know I felt that motion to snap my neck because of what I've read, and surprisingly it only took 2 sentences to make me feel like that. In the end of the day, that's just my opinion. I just believe that Rick and Morty is just becoming one of those franchises that are sadly coming to an end because of the people who have ruined it with the creations that they've done for that show. And it's only a matter of time until people start seeing Rick and Morty as something irrelevant, and it will lose its popularity. Now, this is obvious because everything loses popularity at some point. Some things gain popularity each year, others start losing popularity in a moment. But we'll see whether or not Rick and Morty will continue having its relevance and its influence as it has, because obviously you gotta have a lot of influence if you get McDonald's to bring back Szechuan sauce, because that's pretty big. Okay, that's pretty big. So in conclusion, we have to be careful with what we do, because if we like something so much, we gotta think for a moment, because the thing that we are about to commit, we gotta ask ourselves that. The thing that we're about to commit, is it going to be supportive of our favorite show, or whatever you like, or is it probably going to make it sink and make people look at it in a different way that you definitely don't want people to see it as? It's really up to human decency and just responsibility to try to maintain what we love. Tell me in the comments whether or not you agree with me or not. All criticism is accepted. I don't really care. You can be Mimi. I don't really care. Just give me those comments because it helps me in the YouTube algorithm. That being said, that's all I have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.